Hi guys, today I'm going to share my experience of biometrics and visa interview for my F1 category at the Mumbai Consulate. So if you're interested, stay tuned. I had my biometrics appointment on 1st of June. I was accompanied by my father, so he helped me carry all my electronics and other things. And we were waiting there. Then the security guards at the entrance, they were making announcements on the loudspeaker that okay, if you have a slot at this time, please come and join the queue. So as soon as my time slot was announced, I went and joined the queue. There they checked my passport and my appointment confirmation slip, and they passed me a token and asked me to go to the main back area. So I went upstairs, I showed my token, they asked me to join another queue where my passport, DS-160 and appointment confirmation letter were checked. And soon after checking that and verifying the details, they asked me to go for the security check. Once my security check was done, I was again assigned to another counter where all these three documents like passport, DS-160 and my appointment confirmation letter were cross-checked again. And at that point, a stamp was put on my DS-160 confirmation slip and a barcode was stuck at the back of my passport. Then I was again given a token and was asked to join a queue. Now that token was to ensure that you go to the assigned counter itself. So there was this TV screen. On that TV screen you can track where you are assigned the counter. So mine was B7 and I was assigned counter number 3. I went to that counter, I wished the visa officer, and then she asked me to pass me all these three documents again. And while she was checking, she asked me to go through some rules and regulation that was stuck on that podium where I was standing. And in the meanwhile, she also asked me to confirm my name and date of birth. After that, she asked me to stand straight and she said that she'll be clicking my picture. So I was standing straight, but the problem was that my ears weren't visible because my hair were open like this. So she was like, do you have any like rubber band or something on you that you can use to tie your hair, right? So I said, no officer, I do not have any. She was like, okay, I'm passing you a rubber band, please tie your hair so that I can see your ears while taking your picture. So I did that. Once that was done, she asked me to place my left hand four fingers on the scanner, so I did that. Then she asked me to place my right hand four fingers on the scanner and then both my thumbs. So soon after that, that was pretty much it. She returned me my documents and she asked me to arrive early for my interview the next day. So you see, I was done within 10 minutes of my entry into the VAC center, and only these three documents that I mentioned earlier were required. That is the passport, the DS-160 confirmation slip and your appointment slip, and that was it. So that's all about my biometrics appointment. But the points to remember here are that if you have long hair, please dye your hair on the day of your biometrics appointment. Reach 1 hour early because sometimes when the crowd is less, they can just call you before time. So that is important. Also, very important point here to mention is that make sure that the details in your DS-160 passport and the appointment confirmation slip match. Otherwise you have to run, get the DS-160 done again, and it's pretty tedious and expensive. And also it is like preferable if you carry somebody to accompany you, because in that case it is really helpful and you don't have to get into the trouble of using the lockers and other things like that. So that's the tip from my side for your biometrics day. Now I will talk about my visa interview experience the next day that I had at the Mumbai Consulate. So let's dive into that. So the next day my appointment was at 8:10. I reached there by 7 in the morning and I was again accompanied by my father. He was waiting with me, and the security guards, they did their announcements over the loudspeakers again. So as soon as my slot was announced, I just went on the entrance and joined the queue of people who were already standing there. At the entrance, I was asked to show my passport and the appointment confirmation slip. They asked me to confirm my date of birth, and then they let me in. And the first point of entrance, I had to undergo the security check. Now that is the same as you undergo at a airport. So after getting done with that, all the people were sent to a waiting area. But since the crowd was less that day, we didn't have to wait a minute, and we were straight away sent inside to the main interview area. Now there, all of us, that is all the people, were divided into three queues. So there are service fee, I-20 and passport was checked. After getting that checked, we were asked to join another queue. There our biometrics were taken by an African American visa officer, and then you just, after getting completed with that, we were asked to join another queue. Now shockingly, that day none of the counters were open. So by we I mean the people who were standing in the queue waiting for their turn to get interviewed. We had no idea like what will be asked, how many people are getting accepted or rejected. We were just standing in the queue for like 15 to 20 minutes idle. And after that, we saw like visa officers coming onto their windows and opening it and announcing on the mic that okay, counter number 30 is open now, stuff like that. Okay, then there was this guy who was assigning us to the given like counters, and when my turn came, I was assigned counter number 29. So I was waiting because a person was already getting interviewed at that counter, and I saw him getting rejected. And the visa interview was being taken by a visa officer who was like in his mid or late 20s, and he was American officer. So I waited for my turn, and I was listening what all questions he was asking, and then finally my turn came. So I went to the counter, I passed him, I wished him first of all good morning, and after that I passed him all of these three documents, that is my passport, my I-20 and my service fee receipt. I passed him that, and then he kind of started doing a rapid fire round of questions with me. So I'll not elaborate much on the answers, but I'll just give you a rough idea of what questions you might expect. So I was asked that what is the purpose of your visit to the United States? So I told him that. Then he saw my I-20 and he said that your master is going to be in data science, but why is it mentioned engineering? So I answered that, and after that he asked me in which field did you do your undergrad degree. So I told him that, and then he asked me what have you been doing after that. So I told him about my work experience, and after that he asked me that have you ever traveled internationally. So I told him, and after that just the last question that who is funding you, I answered that. And after that he just said that okay, I'm approving your visa and keeping your passport. You might collect it within 7 to 10 days at your home address. And then he just passed me the white slip, and I was just done, and I just thanked him that thank you so much officer, and I just went from there. And that was pretty much it. So it lasted only a few seconds, but there were a lot of questions that he asked me back to back. As you can see, they were pretty easy, and there was nothing much complicated about it, that why US, why this course, why this university, nothing. He just asked me basic questions and approved my visa, and that was all about my visa interview. So if I want to summarize, I'll just say that please keep at least these three documents handy on the day of your interview, that is your passport, your service fee receipt, your I-20 for sure. Now I saw some people in the queue while I was waiting to get interviewed without a signed I-20. Their I-20 weren't signed, and I was like, it should be signed. Please keep that in mind. Please don't forget to sign your I-20. And apart from that, be confident, be genuine, and of course don't stutter, don't fumble while you're talking. And that's pretty much it. Be calm and just leave it on fate. Whatever happens, it's for the good. And that's all. that's all about it. And if you guys have any questions whatsoever, you can just post it down in the comments and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And with that, I will close this video now, and I hope that whoever is appearing for their F1 visa interview does their best. So all the best, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye.